For King Maha Vajiralongkorn of Thailand, the period from 2019 onwards has indeed been extremely busy. First, in March, there was the Thai general election. This was the first election since the coup 5 years earlier, and the king was very active in exerting his influence during the election process, ensuring that the pro-monarchy military forces retained power. Then, on May 1st, the king married 41-year-old General Suthida, deputy commander of the Royal Guard, who also became the Queen of Thailand. Shortly after, on May 4th, Thailand held a grand coronation ceremony. Although the king had been on the throne for 2.5 years, the ceremony had been postponed out of respect for the late king. This year, it was finally held. On August 4th, the king announced the addition of a concubine. This official royal consort, Sininat Wongvajirapakdi, also comes from the King's Guard and holds the rank of Major General. This immediately caused a stir internationally. After all, it's 2019, and, surprisingly, a country would still practice polygamy. This also led to significant discontent among many young people in Thailand. After all, polygamy is illegal in Thailand, and the Thai royal family had already abandoned the practice of taking concubines in the 1930s. The king's open acknowledgement of a concubine seems like a major step backward in history. If you understand recent events in Thailand, you will realize that the Thai government's vehicle has been in reverse for quite some time. Everyone knows that Thailand has a king, but not everyone knows that Thailand is not a constitutional monarchy in the strict sense like the United Kingdom. In today's era, whenever we hear that a country has a king, our first reaction is usually, this must be a constitutional monarchy. The king is just a tradition, a symbol. Thailand does indeed present itself as a constitutional monarchy to the outside world, as it would be rather inappropriate to describe itself as an absolute monarchy in today's context. There is a constitution, but according to it, the king holds several powers: immunity from any charges, the right to veto parliamentary resolutions, no one is allowed to insult or criticize the king, otherwise, it constitutes a crime of lèse majesté, and the king serves as the commander-in-chief of the Thai military. The constitution may be in place, but it seems to reinforce the monarchy rather than limit it. Because of his actual powers and the suppression of any critical voices, the King of Thailand can carry out his desires, such as taking a concubine, without concern. If a king in the United Kingdom were to do such a thing, the next day Britain would likely become a republic. In Thailand, within 3 months, the king married 1 wife and 1 concubine, one a major general and the other a brigadier general. Some readers might think this is because the king prefers military attire over elegant dresses. However, that's not the case. The current queen was previously an airline stewardess and was brought into the royal guard only after she started dating the king. The same applies to the royal consort. It's not that I think women in the military are merely symbolic, but it's unusual for a woman in her 30s to rise to the rank of Major General after only a few years of service, given her experience and age. Similarly, Prince Harry, also a royal member who served in the military, spent 10 years, including time on the front lines in Afghanistan, and only achieved the rank of Major upon retirement. Although there were some accommodations made, he was genuinely a soldier. In addition to taking a concubine, which is a step backward in history, another notorious retrograde action by the King of Thailand is the revival of the kowtow ritual. The extent of this ritual in Thailand is even more extreme than the traditional 3 kneelings and 9 kowtows. Imagine a group of middle-aged men in suits having to prostrate themselves fully on the ground in the presence of the Thai king. It's a large-scale, awkward scene. Even when the former king was seriously ill and hospitalized, Prime Minister Yingluck still had to prostrate herself. Even in his absence, paying respects to his image was required. In Thailand, criticizing the king is a serious crime. Previously, a Thai netizen was sentenced to 37 years in prison for liking a photo that mocked the king. There were also scandalous photos of the current Thai king traveling with an unknown woman in Germany. Sharing such images has become illegal in Thailand, as the constitution mandates that everyone must revere the king. The king is considered a living deity and the great savior of the Thai people. It is somewhat lamentable that Thailand was not always like this. After the 1930s, Thailand began a series of modernization reforms. The privileges of the royal family, including the kowtow ritual, were abolished, and a constitutional monarchy was established, diminishing the power of the monarchy. When the late King Bhumibol Adulyadej ascended to the throne in 1946, the king had no real power. Authority was held by a series of military dictators. However, the ambitious and talented king chose to enter this power game, using the convenience of his position to intervene in Thai politics. King Bhumibol Adulyadej, while on the throne, was well versed in the intricacies of Thai politics and understood both his strengths and weaknesses. Although the king had no real power at the time, he could still influence the situation in Thailand through public speeches. Different political factions also sought to gain his support. While actively participating in politics, King Bhumibol began to cultivate loyal officers within the Thai military. Starting in the 1950s, the frequent personnel changes within the Thai military made it, in practice, a force loyal to the king. After the democratization of Thailand, the alliance between the monarchy and the military has been visible in a series of coups. From Thaksin to Yingluck, prime ministers of commoner origins are often dismissed for offending the interests of the military or the monarchy. The military takes to the streets to surround the government, the prime minister flees, the military steps in to form a provisional government, and the king's tacit approval is evident. This scenario has been repeatedly enacted. In this process, the late king also leveraged his increasing power to secure ever greater benefits for himself. The king owned the largest amount of land in the country, held shares in major Thai companies, and invested in Brunei's oil industry. Time magazine once ranked the assets of royal families worldwide, and the Thai royal family was ranked first. Their wealth surpasses that of the royal families of Saudi Arabia and the UAE, with Queen Elizabeth II not even making the top 10. In terms of royal customs, there has also been a gradual regression to practices from the era of absolute monarchy. When the late king passed away in 2016, King Rama X ascended the throne and continued his father's proactive policy strategies, further pushing Thailand down the path of a true monarchy. If we were to draw a comparison, Thailand's current political situation is somewhat reminiscent of pre-World War II Japan, where the emperor and military intervened in politics and exercised dictatorial rule. The difference is that Thailand lacks expansionist ambitions, making the situation seem less dangerous. Although it is referred to as a monarchy, it should be clear that the power of the Thai king does not truly stem from the divine right but rather from his concrete control over Thailand's political and military authority. The rituals and customs like kowtowing, public reverence, and taking concubines are merely superficial phenomena. They are side effects of the king exercising his extensive power. We often say that certain behaviors in some countries, such as criminalizing homosexuality or requiring women to wear headscarves, represent a significant step backward in history. Thailand, which has abolished polygamy, now sees its king openly taking a concubine. But as I mentioned before, we may not even fully understand the direction in which history is moving. The values we cherish today, such as gender equality and monogamy, have become mainstream through the struggle of successive generations, not because they were inevitable outcomes of historical development. So, if you believe in these values, take an active role in defending them.